I Thank you. Thank you. So guys, this is the first time that we're doing this format. And honestly, it'll be helpful if we can get some feedback and some participation from you guys also. We've never done this, and I want to thank Tushar for suggesting and also putting this together. So I've obviously known you for a long time. That's a good question. But I think for everybody's benefit, I think there's an outside story of Tally. But from your inside side, I think any milestones, philosophy, perspective to get us started, and then maybe we can deep dive into a few areas.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 38-year-old long story, and so you have to try and see what one can express in 3, 4, 5 minutes. Just to put a perspective, right? Tally started 38 years ago, and 38 years ago, people did not have computers. It's a very strange environment when you look at India today, not just India today, the world today. You don't have anyone who does not use technology. Everyone uses it. Whether you use technology in your hand as a phone, or you use technology in your office, you are born and you are surrounded by technology. At the time when Tally was born, no one had seen a computer.
Yeah.
Actually, in fact, in the very first, you can call a business exhibition, we were the only stall which was trying to show software, and people would come to the stall, and we are trying to show them what Tally is, and they are asking us कि अच्छा ये डब्बा का क्या दाम है? बोला नहीं, ये डब्बा नहीं है, लेकिन डब्बा तो कंप्यूटर है. वो टैली नहीं है, टैली इसके अंदर है, लेकिन वो है क्या? There's nothing to show. Okay? And when there's nothing to show, what do you pay for? Right? So it was a very strange environment. Very few people, I mean, of course, there are enough people I see here. Some of them have got hair like me, so they will remember those days. But most people can't relate to a time when computers did not exist with this ubiquity. So that part of the journey, I would say the first 5, 8 years for us was a different kind of a journey. It was a different experience to try and what you would call computerize the country rather than sell software. There was 80 to 90% of our customers bought a computer in order to run Tally. It was not that they had a computer and now you're buying Tally, which is 100% opposite of what life is today. Right? You never go to a customer and don't find a computer already there. And we used to go to their offices to demonstrate to them by carrying computers with us. In fact, one of our fondest stories is in Kolkata. In Kolkata, I don't know how many people really know Kolkata. Kolkata में एक अपने बोलते हैं झांका, जो सिर के ऊपर बड़ी सी टोकरी लेके लोग सामान लेके उसको जाते हैं, उसको झांका बोलते हैं. तो हम कंप्यूटर को झांका पे रख के ऑफिसेज में जाया करते थे. So if you, the reason why you said that what are the milestones of your journey? So there are this journey where you are introducing people to computers who are afraid to touch the keyboard because they don't know what will happen. They don't know what will happen. They've never done it before. And that was a tremendous thing to learn from your granddad, my father. तो मेरे पिताजी चलाया कंपनी को 16 साल चलाए 2002 तक until the Almighty decided that he is more useful in the heavens. And 16 साल he refused, not that he could not, but he refused to learn computers. And his reason was, So in the early parts, he used to make a statement कि जब मैं गाड़ी खरीदता हूँ तो मुझे ड्राइवर बनना है, मुझे मैकेनिक नहीं बनना है. तो whenever I would try to tell him something about the computer, he would say, लेकिन मुझे क्यों सीखना है, मुझे अपना बिजनेस चलाना है, मुझे तुम्हारा टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं चलाना है. And that was a philosophy that went into the product. Right? And he would give you the best demonstration of Tally without knowing how to use a computer. Therefore, he would never use any computer terminology while giving you a demonstration. And you have never used it before, you have never used a computer before in your life. So he is coming and talking to you, and he is telling you, I will talk to you after आप ऐसे करिए, आप अपना कैश बुक लेके आइए, क्योंकि उस दिनों कैश बुक यूज्ड टू बी देयर. आप कैश बुक लेके आइए, रखिए साइड में, आप बैठिए और आप ये 5 एंट्री करिए. बोले कि अरे मुझे कंप्यूटर आता नहीं. बोले कि आपको कंप्यूटर थोड़ी चलाने बोल रहा हूँ मैं, तो आपके खुद के बिजनेस की एंट्री करने बोल रहा हूँ, वो तो आपको आता है ना. That was a fascinating journey to learn that how do you demystify something when people have got technophobia. So I would say that was one of the biggest early milestones, mental milestones, that how do you create technology in a country which has technophobia, and how do you sell technology in a country which has technophobia. The second big milestone, I think, mental milestones in this happened after the first 7, 8, 9 years, when the concept of immense scale came settled in, that whatever we are doing is not sufficient, that at that time it was genuinely only just the country, we had not yet thought about beyond the country, and yet it was a confrontation that the country is just too large and there are just far too many people who can benefit from this, and whatever we are doing is insufficient to be able to help. Right? It was less to do, see, he was very clear in his mind that it is less to do with how much can we benefit from it. He said that if we are able to benefit people, we will automatically benefit. But first we have to figure out how will we be able to benefit sufficient people. And nothing that we knew had, none of our prior experiences had given us any sense of how you will ever do that at sufficiently large scale. So that was the second, I would say, big milestone in the journey of various things which were attempted and various things which were put into place. And of course, the Almighty was always luckily smiling at us. So the journey went forward. I don't know if it is a good enough start point.
No, it's a great start point for me. I'll deep dive into a couple of areas, and we'll leave it also to ask for you guys, if you guys would ask any questions as well. I think the one thing that sort of really fascinated me from the beginning is that the company started at a time when also India's services boom was kind of taking place.
Yeah.
Similar time frame as Infosys, Wipro, TCS, you know. And everyone was clear that India was this low-cost labor market, well-educated market. But you all took a very different route back then.
Yeah.
And I remember this from childhood. It's not like there was any option. It's not like there's overloads of money or anything like that.
Yeah, it was the opposite actually. We were in deep debt.
Deep debt. So, curious to know what made you stick to the product journey, and why did you not take the services route?
Yeah. So I think it was first trying to confront what we felt we were good at, right? I was clear that I was good at what people call programming. Nowadays it's a bad word, but I'm still proud of the word. So I was good at programming, and Papaji was just amazing in being able to understand how businesses work. We were not good at what I would call training. See, if you want to run a services business, you have to be great at hiring, training, deploying, and making people effective. That is what you have to be really good at. And some of these companies have done it phenomenally well. I mean, it's hats off to them that they are, when you think about a TCS or an Infosys or a Wipro, that they have got hundreds of thousands of people, and
like 3 lakh,
they
4 lakh,
recruit 20, 30, 50,000 in a year, which literally translates to what, 200, 500 in a day.
Yeah, even more.
Yeah, and even more. And you hire those people, you train those people, you make them effective. I can't even comprehend how anyone does that.
Yeah, we are 1,200 right now.
Right. We are just 1,200 over a 38-year journey, right? Which is a different. So the point being that, could we have learned that? Perhaps we could have learned that because it was there everywhere. And but is that what we would have loved learning? So this is something that we loved doing. That he was fascinated with what technology can do. I was fascinated with how to make it do. So I think that probably shaped our stubbornness, if you call it. Everyone used to call us stubborn. It was no one called us farsighted, honestly. It was that we were just stubborn about it. And the other thing which struck us very early on is that we can impact far more people through this process than we can impact through the services process. Right? That, like, we still feel proud the fact, I mean, as of today, we have got 26 lakh customers, and some of the largest companies that you named, they will be having customers in hundreds. So it's not that they are not making far more money than we are, but I believe that we are creating far more on-the-ground impact than most other companies are.
Fair.
So,
fair.
Thank you.
Just for the next question and also for my research, curious to know how many of you all use Tally? Is there a...
Oh. Thank you.
Yeah, I think this is the if I look at it from an outside-in perspective, a lot of my friends think that, and a lot of the startups that we work and interact with, a lot of them think that Tally is successful because it's available everywhere. You go to Surat, it's there. You go to Tinsukia, it's there. But inside out, that experience for me personally has been very different. A lot of it is a fill it, shut, forget it, chalta hai, thing.
Yeah.
And the more I talk to you, the more I kind of understand how much the technical design matters. Can you just walk through what's been the driving force maybe in the early days, and then how do you stick to realizing that, I guess, the technical depth and the technical philosophy?
Yeah. So you will find that, 95% of the software code which gets written in the world is not written for the purposes of creating what is called a software product. It is created for the purposes of what you would generally call customized solutions. So where it is being built for a given customer. And so 95% of all software processes, mindsets, approaches are all oriented towards making that most efficient. And there, the most efficiency is about delivering it on time. Then how quickly can you make it available, and the constraints associated with making it the best is not there. It is making it work earliest is the most important criteria. Right?
Because your bill comes when you deliver.
One is bill comes when you deliver, and the second is inevitably you've also got that entire assisted process there. So even if things are going wrong, someone is always there to help correct it, fix it, and move on.
Right.
Because from a business perspective, they are simply wanting the business to run. And this is just part of their cost of the maintenance. In contrast, when you think about the product, you have to imagine that a person who you don't know and a location that you are not even aware of, your product is running there. Now, for the product to be able to run there without your even knowing about it, because you don't even know how it reached there, because that's what a product is. A product is something which is tradable. So someone bought this bottle of water from somewhere. Okay? It could have been on some
Shelf or something, yeah.
The manufacturer does not know who the customer is who's going to buy it.
Right.
So when you use the word product, you are saying that we have built something and it went through possibly a series of hands and reached some customer. Yeah. Why will that customer be able to not just run it, but run it continuously and successfully? Because if the customer requires frequent help in order to run it or to correct problems in it, then in your life you cannot call it a product. So the engineering requirements to first even think about it as a software as a product is completely different from the way generally people think about software. So there is one degree of engineering excellence which is required just to solve this problem. But the more important thing, I think, which both Father and I were fascinated with, is how to make it so beautiful and so, what I would call, fast and so amazing. Because what do you like to run? You like to run things which you love to run.
Sure.
And the thing is, what will make you love it? In fact, one of the stories which I have is because I in a way suffered it, is I had spent about 6 months in one particular capability of the product which nowadays is called cost centers. In those days we did not even have a name for it at that time. We just had a term called allocations. I had spent 6 months in my mind making it well. At that time, Papaji used to be traveling all over the country in giving demos and so on. And then it was time to give him a demo. And so I told him that, look, okay, see, this is ready now, you can use it. And he started using it. And I was standing behind him, and I told him, hey, don't do it like this, do it like this. He stopped. He said, कि तुम पूरे इंडिया में सब कस्टमर के पीछे जाके खड़े होगे क्या?
6 months of work gone.
And literally, that entire 6 months of work, you just had to throw it away and start from scratch. Right? Saying that, okay, I was proud of it, but I was proud of it as an engineer. I was not, and what that taught me was how to become proud of something as a product and not as an engineer.
How do you continue this? Like, I think when you are driving it, when you are okay, you've had a motivation and a pride, but when you build a team, how does that sort of translate? And
I think most people in the world know, everyone chases pride in some form or the other. What tends to happen is sometimes you fall into the peer pressure of saying that it is okay not to chase my pride as long as I can chase whatever the rest of the world is calling success.
Promotion.
Yeah. If I'm in a career, I'm chasing my promotion. If I'm or an increase in my salary and so on, and it is okay for me not to feel proud of my work. But you have perpetually seen inside Tally, right, that wherever individuals have been able to take pride in their work, you can see the shine in their eyes.
Yeah.
And when people are able to treat it as just another job, it is actually just another job, right? You get up in the morning, you go to your work, you go home in the night, and life continues. So I think first pride is an inherent thing in every human. It is about, do you give it sufficient importance that I need to feel proud of myself?
So is the environment allowing that
Yeah, because sometimes I just want you to be proud of me rather than I want to be proud of myself.
Of course.
Right? So I land up doing the wrong thing. Thank you.
Interesting. I mean, there is that external thing also, right? Like even when I am working, like I do want you to also feel like, okay, I'm not given
Yeah, true. But so, in fact, I'll relate it to something else which Papaji used to say, that don't build the product for the customer. And that's a very fascinating statement. That don't build the product for the customer. And what he used to explain that to say is, don't build it imagining that so-and-so will like the product. Do you like it? If you don't like it, don't be satisfied. Oh, लेकिन लोग बड़ाई कर रहे हैं. अरे लोग बड़ाई कर रहे हैं, लेकिन जब तुमको ही अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है, तो लोग तो क्या पता किस लिए बड़ाई कर रहे हैं.
So your first benchmark is yourself.
Your first benchmark has to be yourself.
So the need, so we have our own database, we have our own language. All of that came from this core root.
From this core root. That
you have to build something that other people can use without needing support. And then the quality of it came from you just wanting to seek pride in what you've built.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah, because, I mean, there are so many things inside the product which no customer will ever even come to know. They just see the effect of it. Right? And it's not required to make them know. As long as they can enjoy the effect and you are proud of that engine that makes it run, that's sufficient.
That's sufficient. Interesting. And of course, the other question is that, we've gone from 2 people in a garage in Koramangala, Bangalore, to now 1,200 people. Still not like a ridiculously stupid, large company.
Yeah.
But it is hard to get culture through and through. We still struggle with it on a daily basis.
Correct.
Values internally we talk about values a lot.
Yeah.
And curious to know what is your perspective on what does it take to build a sort of a company that's rooted in values, and how do you sort of carry that forward?
Yeah. I think the most important thing was that Papaji was very clear, I'm very clear, I think both of you are very clear that you cannot be a hypocrite. What I mean by that is, you cannot say, I want you to behave in one particular way, but I will myself behave differently. Right? So it is not about driving culture through example. It is living culture. If you don't live your culture, there is no way of driving it. Thank you. You can't drive it, right? And we have examples. So one of the values that we always had, क्योंकि पापा जी हमेशा बोलते थे कि बिजनेस क्या है? ये एक एनर्जी एक्सचेंज है. एनर्जी के कई रूप हैं. उसका एक रूप पैसा भी है. तो ये भी एनर्जी का ही रूप है. तो मैं तेजस को पैसा दे करके ये खरीदा उससे, तो मैंने एनर्जी एक्सचेंज किया. मैंने इसको पैसा दिया, मैंने दूसरा एनर्जी लिया. बोले कि हर एनर्जी एक्सचेंज में तुमको वही एनर्जी वापस मिलेगी जो तुम्हारी एनर्जी इसके ऊपर इफेक्ट करी है. सो ही वाज वेरी क्लियर दैट इफ व्हाट आई हैव गिवन यू does not benefit you, your money is guaranteed not to benefit me. Your money with me is not going to help me. Okay? So that is why we have had this perpetual, and many people find it very silly, that we have what we call unconditional lifelong money back guarantee. You don't, Tally is no longer useful to you, don't worry, give it back. Your money is no longer useful to us. Now, living that culture at a time in the first 5 years when we were in deep debt is not easy.
Yeah, wouldn't every rupee matter?
And particularly in those days when no one knew computers. So people have taken something without knowing what it will do for them. And if now someone says that ये काम नहीं कर रहा है, to actually borrow money and pay them back, right? And encourage your team to do the same. And when your team comes and tells you कि फलाना कस्टमर को मैंने 10 दिन पहले टैली दिया था लेकिन आज तक उसने चलाया नहीं है, and पापा जी would first give him a check and tell him to तुम जाके पहले उसको चेक दिखे आओ. Right? The point is that you live that culture. It is much easier to tell that person कि ये कैसे होगा, तुम जाके जबरदस्ती उससे चलवाओ, या क्या फर्क पड़ता है, अरे पैसा दे दिया, खरीद लिया, यूज कर रहा है नहीं कर रहा है, अपने को क्या मतलब है. Technically you have sold something and the person doesn't want to use it, it's up to them. So if you hold your principles, you have to demonstrate your principles in your toughest times. You cannot say that you will demonstrate your principles simply because you are now in prosperity.
Fascinating. So my last question, and then we'll open it up as well in case you guys have anything to ask. I'll just start with a story about myself. So I grew up, born and brought up in Bangalore, and I went to study in the US, and I studied mechanical engineering, not computer science, not accounting, not finance, nothing. And there was no pressure, despite being from a Marwadi family, to come and take over or anything like that. That was my, my journey. And one of my summer vacations from college, mom and dad had seen me just wasting time. Basically, I used to come back, play football and play guitar and whatever, just do nothing. So I think they were freaking out कि ये तो कुछ करने वाला नहीं है life में, and asked very politely that do you want to come and see what we do in office? And like a rebellious 19-year-old kid, I would go in my shorts, saying that I never want to work here at least. But honestly, like I got very stimulated and inspired to come, and then before I sort of left, he took me aside and asked me, do you want to come back and run the place? And legitimately, the question was not, do you want to come and join the business? Do you want to come and participate? Do you want to learn? It was, do you want to come back and run the place? And I was 20, I was a mechanical engineer, no background in software, no background in accounting. But which person is going to get an opportunity like that? And genuinely in the last, I think now almost 14, 15 years, my relationship with you in that sense has been, you've given me way more rope and freedom to potentially screw everything up.
It's your company.
So, I don't know how many of y'all have got families participating, but I really could have messed things up. And it's like luck that it hasn't happened yet. But what's been your sort of mentality and attitude and...
Yeah. So three things I will have to give a perspective of to explain what has happened in this journey, right? That the first thing which happened was very, very early in the first 2 years of Tally. We must have had hardly 300, 400 customers. I mean, when you look at 26 lakhs today and 300, 400, they are nowhere. Yeah? It was infancy. So very early in that journey, there was in नाश्ते के टेबल पे पापा जी said कि बेटा आपने एक गलती कर रहे हैं. I was in any case, whatever I used to build for him, it was मैं गलती ही कर रहा हूँ. So I thought he is going to tell me something else about some feature of the product. I said कि tally अपनी नहीं है. I did not even understand what he said. He said कि tally जैसे अपने सृष्टि का एक आकार है, टैली सृष्टि की एक आकार है. अपने खाली बीच में रास्ते में आगे उसके, तो उसको कभी अपना नहीं मानना है और अपने को उसके लिए वैसे ही काम करना है जैसे अपनी कंपनी में बाकी लोग काम कर रहे हैं. So first, that was a very important, I would say, mental image that it is not our baby. Number two, that now we have a commitment to the Almighty for whatever the taqdeer of tally is supposed to be. And what is it that we can do, which everyone else is attempting to do inside the organization, to in its journey on its taqdeer. And therefore, why these two statements are important now in the context of the question you asked me. Therefore, 5-6 years ago, I stepped away to say that the next best thing to happen in the journey of tally is for you all to take over. And you cannot take over if you have got me to keep telling you what to do. Simply because then you will not do what is right for tally. You will do what you think I feel is right. So there is nothing that you will ever feel right. Right? Because you might recall multiple times I have made that statement to you, both you and your sister, कि don't ask me advice if you are compelled to follow the advice. Right? So 100% ask me for advice, the same way you will ask anyone else for advice, and then decide what you want to do.
But the insane part is that you're still there.
Yeah.
So just for context, we're building out our next technology platform, and his brains are behind that. But Nupur and me my sister and me, we look at everything, like all decisions even related to the platform we take, everything for today's market we take.
In fact, I don't even know what the year's targets are. I don't know what the sales last month were, this month is. I don't know what the balance sheet looks like, nothing.
That's crazy. How is it to do it? How is it to, like, I guess when you detach yourself from the company, you can still imagine that. You know, I'm just thinking that is it like some, I don't know.
So it's a very, again, old lesson of life, right? An old lesson of life is the future is unknown. I don't think any of us actually, we all say it, but I don't know how many of us actually confront it with precision.
Sure.
When I say that confront it with precision, what do we mean by future is unknown? We mean that even if I think very bad about the future, the reality it is unknown. It may turn out to be much better than I thought. Even if I think that the future is going to be exactly like it is, the reality it is unknown. It may turn out to be very bad, it may turn out to be very good. Even if I think the future is amazing, the reality is it is unknown. It may turn out to be really stupid.
Sure.
Right? The moment you confront that with precision, that the future is unknown, it gives you tremendous freedom to always think about the future as great.
Fantastic.
See, when the future is unknown, why do you want to think about it as bad? You don't know the future. It's unknown.
Sure. All right.
Okay. And therefore, you perpetually think amazing about the future and you perpetually deal with whatever is current.
Got it.
Yeah? There is a current situation and there is this amazing future that you all are going to create. Maybe you all will screw it up. Maybe.
Got it.
But as far as I'm concerned, this is an amazing future you all are going to create.
Got it.
Then there is a present reality. So far, you all have created an amazing present. Deal with this.
Got it.
So it completely frees you from taking all decisions. The moment you confront this reality, we spend an enormous amount of our emotional energy trying to control the future, which you cannot.
Super. All right. Thank you. That's all I had. Do you guys want to do some questions or?
Any questions? Yes, several, but we're limited only to 3 questions because we're running out of time. 3 questions.
Yeah.
Mic runners, please.
Sorry about that.
Yes.
Hi. Can I
Please
start?
stand, state your name.
Okay, hi. My name is Ranesh Bajaj.
No.
I'm from a company called WinSac. So, Bharatji, great fan of yours. I am what Manu used to be 30 years ago. I bought the first Tally license running on a DOS 286.
Okay,
For, I think
4.5.
it was 2005, 2000 or 2500 rupees. Yeah. Just a little feedback. As we grew with you. So we grew from a single user to a multi-user.
Yeah.
Beyond a certain stage, we hit the ERP need.
First I am extremely happy that many companies have grown beyond what size Tally was built for.
Sure.
And it's really amazing that it is
You've
happening.
been a reason of our success, let me tell you. We knew zero about accounting, we didn't want to hire, and that's how we started. But that's what I wanted. I remember still now, in 2009-10 or somewhere time, we paid 3 lakh rupees to your company to buy the ERP version. And did really give it, because I was so close, because it's something that I've grown with, and we Indians try to be very loyal.
Right.
इन्होंने हम इनकी एक कंपनी से बढ़ा है, इसी से के साथ रहना है. But somewhere we lost the plot there that we could not transition to the ERP. So maybe little feedback that you need to now. I have run in the company UAE still using Tally. And now moving to SAP with the global operations. But
I got it.
that's where something maybe...
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
In fact, that is what, as you were saying, they are running the company, and that is what
Next
I am
level
now
up.
building towards. Yeah.
Thanks,
All right, just 2 more questions. Yes, Ankit.
Hi, this is Ankit Tanna from Printman. Sir, as per me, Tally is one of the biggest skill generation program of this country. Because in the resume, if you see Tally aata hai, to half the questions are just gone away, right? How do you develop that kind of a skill generation? Did it happen consciously at your end or it happened unconsciously? How is that so many people in this country know how to use Tally?
Yeah, so honestly, पहले तो ऊपर वाले की कृपा है, सच में. See, ultimately you will find people build skills which they feel will get them employment, right? So you can't first create a trained workforce. Let's assume that we had invested in training people in the schools and colleges. लेकिन वो बाहर निकल के जाएंगे कहाँ? अगर if there is not sufficient people who are already using Tally. And now you take the reverse, that because there are so many people using Tally, जब मैं आपके पास आता हूँ, आप मुझे पूछते हैं, तुमको Tally आता है क्या? मैं बोलता हूँ नहीं आता है, आपने मुझे जॉब नहीं दिया. मैं इनके पास जाता हूँ, ये भी पूछती है, आपको Tally आता है? तो मैं 3-4 जगह जाता हूँ और क्योंकि मुझे जॉब मिला नहीं, तो मैं जाके Tally सीख करके अगली बार जाता हूँ, मैं बोलता हूँ Tally आता है कि हाँ आता है. So the reputation of employability goes up. Because that happened due to the large use of Tally is when we started intervening. कि people were now learning Tally in the wrong places or in the wrong methodology. And then we started investing in skilling. And I think in the last 20 years or so, as an organization, we must have skilled more than 1 crore of people today.
हेलो भरत जी, मैं आपसे हिंदी में सवाल पूछना चाहूँगा।
हाँ जी।
तो एक तो जो आपने आपके पिताजी के बारे में जिक्र किया, शायद ये प्रोग्राम 2002 के पहले होता और उनकी उपस्थिति होती तो शायद हमारा सौभाग्य होता। टैली से हटकर मैं थोड़ा ये पूछना चाहता हूँ, क्योंकि आपकी भी फैमिली मैनेज्ड कंपनी है और हमारी इंडस्ट्री में आई थिंक मोर देन 95% कंपनीज आर फैमिली मैनेज, एमएसएमई कंपनीज एट्सेट्रा। और जो ये चैलेंज आपके साथ रहा, तेजस के साथ रहा, व्हेन वो आके देखा एंड ही डिड नॉट वांट टू जॉइन द बिजनेस एट्सेट्रा, आई थिंक वेरी सिमिलर चैलेंजेस आर बीइंग फेस्ड बाय ऑल ऑफ अस। तो ये आपके हिसाब से क्या फैमिली मैनेज कंपनीज के ओनर्स को या पेरेंट्स को करना चाहिए जिससे कि बच्चों को लगे कि हाँ, ये जो बिजनेस आपके माँ बाप ने इतना ग्रो किया, एस्टैब्लिश किया है, उसमें वो अट्रैक्ट हो?
So, can I preset one part of the question? I'll tell you what got me excited. बाहर से ये लगता है कि टैली अकाउंटिंग सॉफ्टवेयर है, एंड जेन्युइनली सॉफ्टवेयर और टेक्नोलॉजी, डिस्पाइट व्हाट यू कॉल इट, इट्स नॉट सेक्सी, accounting software. But the thing that I think really, two things that for me stood out. First is, can I attach myself personally to some ambition which I would have not thought about? And they had a very, very large scale ambition. For them it was almost, can we power every business across the world? And I had to figure out a story to make that meaningful for me from a scale like, wow. That was one big thing. I think the second, honestly, a lot of my friends go through this, and when I talk to them, their arguments with parents are a big thing. It's there with us also. We argue a lot. But I think the moment he decided to say that come and run the place, and genuinely, when I say I could have screwed everything up, is I really could have. Like the amount of decision-making power he's given me to try and do, and you do. Like in meetings, he would tell people that listen to him, don't listen to me. I think that gives me a sense of belonging, a sense of responsibility that's very, very hard to find otherwise. So for me, I don't think I could get that in any other job. No one would trust me as much as he would. And it's not my intention that's wrong, but my idea, I'll have to figure out, I'll have to mature. I think that's been the first few years, if I look back, that's been it for me. But I don't know if you have a...
That's fabulous. So, एक चीज जरूर जो आपने एक बात कही कि देख बेटा, मैंने इसको यहाँ से यहाँ बनाया है, अब तू आकर इसको संभाल। I was very clear, मैं जिंदगी में नहीं बोलूँगा। Right? I was very clear, and I have continued to remain on that for the last several years, and multiple times, at least twice in a year, नूपुर से भी और इससे भी यही बात होती है कि अगर तुम लोग को जिंदगी में जो भी करना है, run your dream. Don't run my dream. Because the moment you say कि इसको संभाल, नजरिया बदल जाता है। तो फिर तो मेरा हुआ ही नहीं ना, तो ये तो आपकी धरोहर है। आपने मुझे कुछ दिया है, मुझे उसको संभालना है, मैं उसको संजोऊंगा, मैं उसको बढ़ाऊंगा नहीं, मैं उस पर रिस्क भी नहीं लूँगा, मैं उस पर डिसीजन भी नहीं लूँगा, क्योंकि तो मैं उसको खाली संभालूंगा। I think that is a very important mindset which requires to be in both the generation which is wanting to hand over and the generation which is coming in. They need to be owners. They don't need to be caretakers. It is a critically important distinction. Right? An entrepreneur is one who can take a risk. A caretaker is one who is supposed to avoid risk. So what are you wanting to train people on? Okay, thank you. Thank you.
And with those lovely words, now we realize that Padma Shri sirf aisa hi nahi hota hai. Thank you so much, sir, for the lovely gyan. Big round of applause for Bharat Goenka, please. And his son, Tejas Goenka. Big round of applause.
Thank you.
And if somebody could please help me felicitate him. Tushar Botika, please come up on stage. That's Mr. Bharat Goenka. Thank you very much, sir. And now, Mr. Tejas Goenka, please. Thank you, Tejas. Thank you, Bharat ji. And thank you, Tushar. Thank you, sir. ऐसा लगता था कि एक बॉनफायर यहाँ लगा दो एंड जैसा दादाजी हमको ज्ञान देते हैं पूरे लाइफ का, ऐसा लग रहा था बीएमपी ने ऐसा एटमॉस्फेयर बना दिया है. जस्ट एक बॉनफायर की कमी थी. That's a big thing that BMPA does. You know, it gets you high in technology in one session, and suddenly that gets you old grandfather thoughts and, you know, gyan from the ages. So thank you, Bharat ji. That was really, really brilliant. So, bhook lagi hai sabko? We take 10-15 minutes more, then we let you go, but don't leave because of two reasons. One is that आपको वो contest के बारे में समझाना है, जो आप लोग lunch में खाने के बाद खेलोगे, and also obviously एक raffle होगा. अब तो आप लोग जाना नहीं please, और जाने के पहले जो है let me call Mehul Desai on stage, जो थोड़े बहुत BMPA के announcements करेंगे, and then we'll do a cricket cup. थोड़े बहुत raffles करेंगे, then I'll give some instructions, then we'll break for lunch. Mehul Desai, please.
Thank you, Fahim. So I'm here to talk to you about BMPA, what BMPA does, and why we should all be partnering with BMPA. The Bombay Master Printers Association is now 66 years old. We've done events which have had more than 18,000 participants. So what is it that we do right that we have this kind of coverage, this kind of attendance? We've been in the service of the printing fraternity for 66 years. What are we doing? What is this service? It's something that if you are a member, you feel. We foster collaborations, we bring people together, we try and give people the best practices that are followed by successful companies. We share ideas. We handle concerns. As we run business, we have a lot of concerns. They could be anything. It could be on statutory issues. It could be on technical issues. So where do you reach out? You reach out to your association. You reach out to BMPA, where there are people who are sitting who can answer your questions. And even if they don't have answers, they have resources that they can reach out to and get you those answers. So that's what BMPA does. Contribute to the progress of the fraternity. How do we do it? It's not just about, doing things in a particular way. We have a grievance cell that is there as your first stop. Now, big companies can afford legal advisors, they can have lawyers, but smaller companies, they have issues. It could be payment. It could be an inferior product that they have received. It could be a service issue. It could be any of those things. You run a business, there are multiple concerns that come up. And you don't want to spend time on that. So you go to your association, you talk to them, you share your problem, and they try to bring together the two parties which are having a conflict and resolve it sitting across the table as a neutral mediator. That's a big help. It saves you a lot of hassles, it saves you a lot of cost, those kind of things. BMPA is also not just about the work. We organize bonding by doing sporting events where families get together, where we meet socially. We have a full cricket tournament, which is with season ball. We have a cricket tournament, which is box cricket. We have a badminton tournament. We have football, whatnot. And we are continuously going on adding. Why do we do that? We want everybody to meet outside of the work environment, be relaxed, get to know each other, because that's how you foster and you grow the community. Knowledge seminars, just like today Print Summit. Print Summit is not just about learning about print. It's about a holistic approach to business, how to better yourself at business, getting inspiration from people like Mr. Goenka, learning new things like what our young Manu Chaudhary is doing. Okay? These are things that we take back. It can spark an idea, it can spark a thought, and it can grow your business. So that's what it is. We do seminars for our workforce called Sikho or Samjho, SAS. Why? Because as we grow along, we want our workforce also to be equipped better. Gone are those days where we used to think that, nahi yaar, isko main ye sikha dunga, to mera competitor utha lega. I mean, come on, we are in printing business, that's bound to happen. But a skilled workforce will give you better productivity. We have the CRISIL indices with which the All India Federation of Master Printers has done at a great cost. What is this CRISIL index? It's basically a cost analysis of where your input costs are, where your labor costs are. You see how your costs are escalating. You can use those to get a better return by presenting it to your client. We as printers have all of these resources that are available. Now this is something which the AIFMP has done and shared with every printing association across the country. It's at a great cost. It's there. But how we take advantage of that is upon us. So that's what we do at knowledge seminars. These are topical, these are targeted. We do industrial visits. Industrial visits are not just to printing company or printing equipment manufacturers. We do industrial visits to companies where we are able to see best practices. We are ultimately, all of us running a printing company. We want to be productive. We want to give best to our clients. And we can learn that by going and seeing things. Not just printing companies. Yes, we do printing companies. We do equipment manufacturers. Like we've visited Germany about 3-4 years back. We had done an industrial visit to Koningenbauer, and we saw how and what they do and how much work, how much thought goes into, getting a machine across to our customers. So that's what. So it's all about learning. It's interacting. Now, when you are on a visit to Germany with 30 fellow printers, you're going to interact. You're going to network. You're going to build friendships, and these friendships are very useful. You collaborate. You share ideas. Share to benefit. This is the only one in India where competitors get together. The sharing is to such an extent that they share their financials, they share their gross profits, they share their net profits, they talk about their projections, they talk about the kind of things that they are doing in the company. It's seamless. Why do we do that? And why we have got this kind of people together? Because these are all resources, internal resources, which helps you to grow and learn new things, give a perspective to your business, and make you better. So that's what membership to BMPA is. Last but not the least, we run Members Loyalty Discount Program, MLDP. MLDP is something where we have transacted 21.5 crore worth of business where printers have bought, their input materials from their companies with their own terms. So over and above the terms that they have, a MLDP coupon will give you an additional discount. That discount could be 2%, it could be 1%, whatever it is. But it's something that helps you, that saves you cost. In today's competitive scenario, this is very, very important. We have so many vendors who are part of this, and our members are taking advantage. To the extent that members have saved over 35,000 to 80,000 of rupees per annum on their purchases. all by being a BMPA member. It's possibly 10 times the cost of membership. ये खरी कमाई है. And as owners of company, we value this. So this is what we do for our members, and we want that every person who is running a printing company is able to take advantage of these things that BMPA does, because we want to foster a community which is collaborative, which is sharing ideas, which is talking about how to get things done. So it's one membership with many, many big benefits. This is what BMPA does. I'm sure a lot of you are members. I encourage all of those who are not to please become a member, because you will have someone to talk to, someone who understands you, someone who has gone through the same things that you are going through. So that's what BMPA is all about. We'll play a small video to recap what BMPA is.
In a world that's ever evolving, ever changing, in an era that speaks of collaboration, connection, and growth, we present to you an association that has been creating an impact in Mumbai MMRD region and across India, the Bombay Master Printers Association. An association that has stood the test of time for more than 6 decades in the printing community. Incepted in the year 1955, the Bombay Master Printers Association began its journey at the Times of India building. Many distinguished personalities that served as the president of the Bombay Master Printers Association went on to become presidents of the renowned All India Federation of Master Printers Association. The Bombay Master Printers Association has executed multiple premium events that have time and again revolutionized the printing industry. Print Summit, an annual summit that features eminent pundits across businesses and offers members a unique platform for personal and professional growth. 2025 marks the 17th edition of the glorified Print Summit event. Vision Conclave. This exclusive invitation-only event occurs biannually, bringing together industry leaders for a 2-day residential conclave. Industrial tours. Organizing tours and visits to different industries in different locations to create a larger business perception. Knowledge seminars. The Bombay Master Printers Association organizes a wide range of seminars focused on new government regulations and taxation. Member Loyalty Discount Program is a highly rewarding program wherein members avail exclusive discount from vendors. Seekho or Samjho. The Bombay Master Printers Association core committee members visit schools and colleges to educate students on various topics. We also organize various sports meets for the print fraternity. Share to Benefit. Incepted in the year 2007, it consists of a group of print converters who meet once a month to share their knowledge and experiences selflessly with one another. Grievance Cell helps resolve any dispute between the client and supplier amicably without any legal involvement. All this and so much more is what the Bombay Master Printers Association offers to its 500 plus members spread across Mumbai. Hence, now is the time to grow your business and achieve the pinnacle of fame. The Bombay Master Printers Association is now offering exclusive memberships to printing houses not only in Mumbai but across India. The Bombay Master Printers Association is all about for the printer, by the printer, of the printer. Avail the membership today. The Bombay Master Printers Association. One membership, many big benefits.
Thank you very much. I do hope we get flooded with memberships. As mentioned, membership is open for any printer across the country. So we all eagerly await to welcome you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mehul. Okay, so now we're going to call upon Tushar and the representative of Sia Polyfilm and the winning captain of our cricket team, Nitesh Motwani, and where we will have a short video which will play on the recently concluded cricket club. Can we have the video, please? Can we please have Tushar on stage, the representative of Sia Polyfilm, and the winning captain Nitesh Motwani, please. Nila, if you could please come. They will come up on stage. Nitin bhai. Please come. And a big round of applause to the winning captain Nitesh Motwani. Sia Polyfilm has sponsored this particular cricket event. Thank you, Nitesh. Thank you, Sia Polyfilm. Now, I'm aware that you're hungry and you will have to just wait for 10 more minutes and one more raffle, and I'll promise we'll break for lunch. Lots of announcements coming, so please wait. It's now time to unveil the PS souvenir. And to do the honors, I will request the two people who have tirelessly worked for this production of this lovely book, Vishwanath Shetty and Vivek Tibriwala. Please come up on stage. And to join them is our president, Tushar, and also the paper sponsor of the souvenir, Hiren Karya. So please come up on stage. Let's unveil the PS souvenir. Mr. Satish Malhotra, the AIFMP president, please come up on stage. We are now going to unveil the PS souvenir. This book is there in your kits, which you will get at the end of the day. Please have a look at it. We've got a lot of content. And now please unveil the PS souvenir. A big round of applause. That's the PS souvenir. If you look on the cover, there's a time of which it has been unveiled. So we are doing tactically what is happening right now. We've actually printed the time at what it's being unveiled at. Thank you, Vishi. Thank you, Vivek. Thank you, Keval. And thank you, Satish ji. It's time for me to make the announcements before lunch. There are 7 announcements I have to make. The first one is there are 9 more gifts to be given away. So apart from lunch and tea time, please be in the auditorium at all times. The main QR code is underneath your name is the one which you will scan at the lunch area. So there's a QR code where your name is. This is where what you will scan and when you enter the lunch area. Please take advantage of the photo booth. As you walk out of the auditorium, right in front of you there's a photo booth where you can take photographs, you can get printouts. And remember, if you're using social media, please use the hashtag @PS25 to tag us in all your pictures. There's another QR code. Now this is the important one, please. If you can look at this panel and see there's quiz 1 written on it. Everybody can see quiz 1 written on their panels. ये आपको आपके स्मार्टफोन से स्कैन करना है ये QR कोड को, and a contest will open up, a video contest. You have to watch that video and you have to answer questions after watching the video. So you don't have reception in the auditorium, but when you go into the garden outside, you will have internet reception, data reception, and you will scan this quiz 1. You will watch a video and you will answer questions on that video. Our backend will capture that data because your QR code has already got your name and details on it. And we will do an iPad contest immediately after lunch over here. So if you watched the video, and this video is by Jani Sales, if you watched the video and you've answered the questions and you've got them right, then you're eligible to get the gift. So that's about the quiz 1. Don't worry about the quiz 2 behind, that will come later. So the time now, can anybody tell me what the time is? 12:49. Can we meet here at 2 o'clock sharp so that we can continue keeping on time?
The one correction is that when you scan the QR code for quiz 1, you will have to enter the code under your main QR code manually. Okay? It is not going to auto-populate. The main, your name QR code के नीचे जो code है, वो आपको भरना पड़ेगा, and then see the video, and then answer the questions. Then you'll be eligible if all the answers are correct to win it.
You can't tell Manu to tell AI to do all that?
Manu was very busy creating the panel. Next year, we're going to definitely do that.
भाई next year ये सब manually नहीं डालना है, सब automatic होना मांगता है, face recognition के साथ में. Okay, the way to the lunch is very, very simple. You walk down the big stairs, you take a right and into the big garden over there. You're going to be back here at 2 p.m. And my last is that please, please, please do this contest by scanning this quiz number 1 and be back here at 2 sharp. Thank you very much. You've been a lovely audience. अरे बाबा raffle. रुक जाओ. Super याद दिलाया. Okay. Shashank and Uncle, please come up and help me announce the winner of raffle number 3. Okay, please roll the raffle. And the winner is raffle number 3. The winner is
Mr. Bashir Tamboli from Astra Chemtech Private Limited. Do we have him here? Okay, if he's not here, we're rolling it again. Okay, he's there.
Mr. Bashir Tamboli, please come up quickly. Thank you very much, audience. 2 p.m. we start again. Mr. Bashir, please come up. Big round of applause for Bashir. Thank you, Bashir. Thank you, Uncle. And thank you, Shashank. If there's a representative of Autoprint in the auditorium, we'd like him near the stage, please. Autoprint representative to please come up near the stage and meet Nitin Shah. The Autoprint representative to please come down and meet Nitin Shah near the stage.